Where you at, Berto?
Gen Z is aging like milk. I feel like we've reacted to a few of these already, man, but there's always new contenders of the Gen Z aging problem. Let's get right into it. This video is by Maury, my dog. Where you at, family? Come on.
I am aging like milk, bro. This content creator, she's 25. Her entire comment section is just people saying that her skin looks horrible.
She's 25. Oh, she dead look a good 36, 40, gang. Holy!
She looks old. I'm scrolling through her page as I'm sitting down here, and then, like, my eyes shift focus to my reflection, which is actually what I'm looking at right now, my reflection in my phone case, and I see how I look right now, and I'm like,
yeah, you look pretty chopped cheese too, my gang. You look about 36.
I think she looks bad. Oh my gosh, I'm 23, and
What?
I look like I could be this lady's father.
Yikes. I'm not gonna lie, and I want to be as respectful as possible, but this guy right here definitely looks 10 to 15 years older than what he actually looks like. 23 is what he says he is. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on with his voice. I'm just gonna assume that's like a TikTok, Instagram voice filter or whatever, but Jesus, good God, what is going on? This man looks like he could definitely be 35, pushing 40 maybe. And I can honestly say, when I was 23, I looked nowhere near like this. And considering the fact in the image,
when I was 23, bro, I looked like I was fucking 16. The only thing I was saving me is I was tall.
That we see right here on the screen, that all these people are literally Gen Zers. They're all in their early to mid 20s. It's just scary, actually.
Oh
I'm not entirely sure what's going on, if there's something in the air, in the water, in the food, or all.
We do this every video, but I'll do it again because every time I post a new video, there's new viewers coming in. If you know my age, don't leak it. How old do you guys think I am? I'll give you a couple of seconds. 29. Bet you didn't guess it. Yep, 29, gang. What I look like?
3 or all 3 of the above, but this is getting bad.
Do you want to hear their ages just for fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so Samantha is 26.
Oh.
Nicole is 24.
Oh my God.
Harriet is 24.
Oh my God.
And then Jess is 25.
Wow.
Honestly,
Terrible.
the fact that a professional surgeon is that in shock at what he just saw speaks volumes.
What's going on? Also, new addition. What's up with these guys? These little hooks on the end of my ears, these little elf ears. People always used to say that I had elf ears in elementary school. Not because of these. These are new. It's like they're coming to fruition because of things spoken about me in past times. What's going on here? Anyway. Wow, I'm 23 and I look like I have gray hair. Just in this
Your hair is thinning, gang. You might need to take that trip to Turk.
light, but
Yeah, so some advice for this guy.
Hey,
definitely grow out your hair. The short hair is definitely contributing to the fact that you're already blonde and the sun is piercing your scalp, which is making it look so transparent and making you look like you're balder than you actually are. Also, possibly maybe gain some weight, get a nice skincare routine to, help with the fine lines and wrinkles. Guys, also wear sunscreen. I know there's this new trend, this new fad where people want to sun gaze and they want to be in the sun for hours a day with a UV index of 9+, but just realize that is aging you rapidly. That is destroying your skin scales. That is potentially contributing to potential skin cancer. Like, yeah, sure, cool. The sun is good for you, depending on the...
I think like a natural level of sun, like go outside, play with your dogs, go on a run, a walk, maybe, a beach day, but just literally spending hours and hours and hours every day sunbathing. I mean, bro, the tan lines, there's no reason why you look like pastel whites and then fucking a piece of chocolate in the same tone on your skin. Like, that doesn't make no sense. Pause. But just being honest, that tan line is insane.
Pigmentation of your skin, an hour or 2 per day over the course of the day of sunlight is perfectly fine, but just staying for hours on end in the sun will definitely do more harm than good. Somebody in the comment section though said, I feel so bad. I first thought...
I saw that little Dobby meme at the bottom, bro.
And I quote, no, you look great, not old at all. Until you said you were 23. I don't even want to say what I thought. Yikes.
Well, do you not realize how old y'all motherfuckers over like 30 look?
So I'm almost 40.
Okay.
I'm almost 40 years old.
Wow. Really? I mean, it's like, nah, I don't see it, bro. Bro dead looks like 30. I would have said like 32 max.
Yo, real quick, if you like making money, I need you to watch this part of the video. If you don't like making money, then go ahead and skip it, but that really should be none of y'all. I know you guys have been seeing me promote this new app called Free Cash, and the big talk of the town is
Is this a scam, Berto? What is this?
well, look at this guy and this guy. All people from our community that are making money through the Free Cash app. The link is in the description. Even one person from my boy Astro Dior's community made $1,000 using the Free Cash app. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, you can make free money while playing games on your phone. But let me break this down in a very clear way for you guys so you know exactly what's going on. When you sign up for Free Cash using the link in my description, once you're in, you're gonna see a list of games pop up. You download them, you play them, you beat the levels, get to the certain requirements that they tell you to hit. And once you get there, you're gonna get some credits sent to your account. Every single time you hit the requirements, you get paid real money. And they make the process so easy that you can cash out that money into your PayPal or even gift cards. And yes, it is completely free to use. Now, there are some options where you can spend a little cheese to get through the level faster, but you don't need to do that. The reason why this is even possible is because these games are trying to get new players onto their platform. So they pay free cash to pay you to get people to play the game. Now, I know I showed you a crazy example of somebody making up to $1,000, which it's possible, but realistically, it might take some time. This is just an easy way you can make an extra 10, maybe 20 bucks, just doing something that you guys probably do for free anyway. So if you're gonna be bullshitting on your phone playing games, why not get paid? So if you've been on the fence, this is your sign. Click the link in my description and try out a few games. And when you make your money, take a screenshot and send it to me, bro, because I want to see y'all make that cheese. Because if I'm winning, I want to make sure y'all winning too. I love y'all. Y'all know what to do. Link in the description, and you're gonna get a $5 bonus using my shit. Now let's get right back to the video. Where you at, family?
But who cares how old we look? Like, why are we arguing about this? Like, why can't we all just get along, have a good time? Because there are way worse things that we could all be pissed off about.
Agreed, but blame it on Gen Zers or the younger part of Gen Z, because they will literally, as soon as you turn 21, 22, 23.
Exactly. Ugh. I can't even think. I don't even want to say my age anymore. It's haunting me. Everywhere I turn, fucking pieces of shit. Next person to call me Unc, I'm beating your ass on sight.
Call you Unc. Literally, there's this new trend with the younger part of Gen Z calling people in their 20s Unc. And not because, you know, they may have a sibling or a sister or brother who had a child, right? That type of uncle, right? Technically speaking, you're an uncle if one of your siblings have a baby. You could be an uncle at 12 or 13 years old. I was an uncle at 10. But no, they're actually using this term Unc, which is shortened for uncle, as a slur to basically call you old. And honestly, this already tells me that when Gen Z all reach their 30s and 40s, there's going to be a hell of a lot of...
I can't wait for y'all to grow up, bro. Because y'all are gonna realize even when you turn 30 that you're still gonna feel young, you're still gonna feel in tune. I mean, you're still gonna be knowing what's going on. I don't know what possessed y'all into thinking that at 30 or even 20, 25, your life just starts fucking slowing down and you're like this ancient creature. Like, bro, we're all right here with you, gang.
Midlife crises out here because apparently these people are afraid of aging.
I feel like I'm the only Gen Z who knows like how bizarre y'all are when it comes to age.
What the fuck? He's in Gen Z, bro. He looks older than me.
Like, y'all are really weird about it. Like you really got 23-year-olds acting like a 28-year-old is old. And they'd be like, oh my God, you look so young. They're 28. Am I missing something? Like, what's wrong with my generation? Like, it is genuinely scaring me. Like even 18-year-olds to 20-year-olds, you guys act like they're fucking old. What is going on?
I think there's a lot of immaturity and arrested development going on for Gen Z, because like we're the generation where, especially if you were born after 2005, where you literally grew up with technology. You're iPad kids, right? You grew up with a fucking social media device at the tip of your fingers, and you grew up in a very superficial, shallow world where everything's like fast fashion, materialistic, focused on your looks. And you grew up in a society where nobody prepared you to grow up or become an adult. In fact, we live in a society where people want to infantilize.
You know, it's kind of funny. I feel like it's done a 360 because when I was younger, we were actually excited to grow up. We used to literally be like, oh, I can't wait to grow up. And now it's the complete opposite. Everybody's like scared.
grown adults, 18, 19, 20, 21, calling them kids and children. Like, excuse me, by the time you're 16, you should be well on your way to be preparing for college or getting your first job, being on the road, driving, preparing yourself as a young man or young lady for adulthood. That is the age when you're, I mean, let's be honest here. If you murder someone, you're going to jail.
And that's why when I be seeing when 16-year-olds are doing stupid shit and they're kind of using it as an excuse, like, well, I'm just 16. It's like, bro, at 16, I knew what the fuck I was doing. You know, I didn't have life figured out. Obviously, you know, I still did some immature things here and there, but I knew right from wrong. So it'd be baffling me when I see motherfuckers at 15, 16 thinking that they could just do the most degenerate shit known to man and then just use it as an excuse. Well, I'm 16, I'm young. It's like, what the fuck? At 16, I wasn't doing stupid shit like that.
Oh, jail, prison. You're cooked. Also, believe it or not, whether you think it's good or bad, that would typically be the age range for a lot of World War II vets who were sent off to fight for this country. The founding fathers were like in their early 20s, 20, 21, 22, 23. The people who founded this country. But the fact that now we live in a day and age where everybody's being infantilized and treated like genuine kids is probably contributing to the reason for why Gen Z is so weird about age and don't want to grow up and are afraid of getting older.
What is going on? Like, why are you calling people in their 20s unks? Am I going crazy? Y'all are weird.
Something feels like it's wrong with him, bro.
Y'all are
Why are you that out of breath?
very, very weird when it comes to age. Like, honestly, like, do you, like, is it like the mid-ages? Like, is it medieval times? Are you guys really gonna die in your 30s? Y'all realize we live up to 100, right?
Oh, wait, all right. 100 might be a stretch. You know, I think most people live long, healthy lives. It'd be nice to maybe get into your late 80s, you know, maybe touch the 90 ball, you know, but I don't even, well, let me not block my blessings, but I would love to get there, but I want to get there like as able as possible. Like, I want to be able to walk and talk and, you know, even if I'm just kind of, you know, stumbling around, but I don't want to be like wheelchair, fucking bedridden, or, you know, could barely talk in my fucking 90s. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, you know, may God, I mean, it's all God's plan, right? I don't want to try to like make my, you know, pull my plug early. You know, the power, there's a very much power in the tongue. So you gotta be careful what you say. But I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Like, if I'm gonna live that long, I want to be, you know, walking and talking and moving and grooving, you know what I'm saying? And then if God pulls my card, go peacefully in my sleep. But, you know, if I'm fucking limping around and barely walk, can't talk, got fucking dementia or some shit, hey, man, I guess I'll take it up with the Lord.
Say this, people think everything is old until they actually get to that age and realize, holy shit, I'm actually still trying to figure my life out. You know, a lot of people are in their mid-30s and still don't know what the hell they're doing with their own lives. I will say though, although this may not technically be a word, this type of cringe-ass ageism needs to stop, let's be honest. All right, calling somebody in their mid-20s, especially in Gen Z, somebody in their 20s unk because you think they're old, it's just like actually retarded. Back in the day, unk was reserved for people who were 40 years old and above.
Are we able to say retarded again? I've been kind of noticing that the R words being thrown around a little bit more often. Is that coming back a rotation? Is that no longer on the cancel table? Let me know in the comments.
Let's be honest here. People 40s, 50s, that's who we called unk, OG. So if you're out here unironically, aside from the memes, calling someone unk or OG, and that person is in their 20s, then you need to seek help. And honestly, again, maybe part of the reason for why Gen Z is calling other Gen Zers unk is because a lot of Gen Zers are just aging horribly.
Somebody explain to me why this generation of 30 to 40-year-olds look like they're in their 20s, but the 20-year-olds look like they're in their 40s. Is everyone going to be okay?
If you are of a generation that is watching the UV index like it's the stock market, y'all are going to get burned. When you pair that with the misinformation that sunscreen causes cancer, it can take a genius to figure out that you're going to age faster. UV exposure is undeniably one of the highest risks for premature aging. If you need further proof, look at this twin study. This twin, tanning. This twin, sun protection.
Wow. I hope they didn't sign up for that fucking study.
Next theory is the vaping epidemic. Millennials are the generation between cigarettes and vaping. We didn't put any of that into our body because smoking is absolutely going to age you like milk. It breaks down collagen, it breaks down elastin, gives you smoker's lines, makes you look 10 times older. And would you believe me if I told you these people were in their 20s? More and more people are starting to get Botox and filler.
Bitch, you look like you got Botox and fillers. Ugh.
At a younger age, and not only can it make us look weird, but it can also age us significantly. Whether or not millennials look younger and
oh, was that a filter? Oh, okay. Because I was like, you looked crazy for a second. Hold on, I need to see that again.
Make us look weird, but it can also age us significantly. Whether or not millennials look younger and Gen Z looks older,
I'm rocking with you, queen.
No, the key message here is wear your freaking SPF. Don't touch vaping or smoking with a 10-foot pole. Go easy on the Botox and filler.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the dermatologist herself, or I think she's a cosmetic whatever, someone who does like chemical peels and whatnot. You heard it from her. All right. Not wearing your SPF, vaping, which I heard recently that vaping can be more dangerous than smoking, not because of the particular ingredients, but because it's more easily accessible and you do it more because, you know, the smell, it vaporizes, it quickly dissipates, and apparently the usage is so intense within younger populations with the amount of vape that people vape that it's becoming as worse, or if not more worse than actual cigarettes, which is kind of crazy to think about. But ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a strange psychological phenomena. I think it's multifaceted. I think with the rapid infantilization that Gen Z had to
damn, Maury, you just dropping these big ass words, nigga.
Go through the
rapid infantilization,
arrested development, the shitty diets, the shitty foods, the shitty water supply, all the toxins and chemicals we put in our bodies, the lack of
I ain't gonna lie, that look good as a bitch. Hamburg with the fries and milk cheesy. Ooh. I might be eating some bullshit today, not gonna lie, that shit look good at 4.
Movement, the social media addiction, the sleep deprivation, again, the food supply being tainted with apparently over 8 to 10,000 chemicals in our food supply, whereas Europe has like less than 2,000. Yeah. And then on top of that, certain health gurus on YouTube telling people like to go outside without any sun protection because that's the masculine and manly thing to do. Listen, I fell for that trap a couple years ago, and boy, I tell you, by the end of the summer, the back of my neck was literally like peeling, like from sun damage. It was actually cracked. Legitimately, the skin on the back of my neck was cracked and peeling from the amount of sun damage it had. It was
really? I thought you were black, Maury.
terrible. I never experienced anything.
Not to say that black people can't get skin or sun damage, but it's significantly harder, no?
Like that a day in my life. And also, I'm not sure about the exercise levels of Gen Z. I think Gen Z overall, in comparison to previous generations, are definitely less physically fit and less physically active, and less exercise contributes largely to the overall aging of your body. That in combination with a whole bunch of, you know, cosmetic surgeries that some people in Gen Z get that do more harm than good. I mean, it's like a death by 1,000 cuts. So genuinely speaking, as a Gen Zer who grew up with inadequacies in my diet, social media addiction for a while, lack of physical movement, of which I've definitely completely turned around, as you can see here on my Instagram stories. Follow me on IG, by the way. I can tell you as a person who's been on both sides
W physique, bro,
of these lifestyle changes, I'm like 1,000% more happy where I am right now than where I was a couple years ago. So honestly, if you're Gen Z or Gen Alpha, Millennial, Boomer, Gen X, or whatever the hell, like just get out there, exercise, eat.
Oh my God, bro. I hate watching people eat. That shit's so disgusting.
Healthy. You know,
I don't know how mukbangs ever became popular. Like, I literally would probably throw up.
Don't get vitamin D. The sun is cool, but don't do too much. You know, get your omega-3 fatty acids, your vitamin D capsules. Eat protein. Meat is actually good for you. Liver, pretty good for you. If you can, try to get between 5 and 10,000 steps per day. Try to, you know, get as much sleep as possible, between 7 and 8 hours. Drink water. I know a lot of people do not like water.
I don't understand, bro. All I drink is water. If I were to take my cam and literally show y'all my fridge, there's only water in my fridge, bro. I feel like if you guys struggle with drinking water, the best thing you can do, and this is just what I do, so I think it works. Now, I don't struggle with drinking water. I just like water. But stop buying juice. Literally only buy water in your household. And then if you're a juice drinker, let the times where you're outside, maybe, you know, pulling up to the gas station, or, you know, you stop on a drive after the gym or something, let those be the times where you stop and get some juice. But when you're in the comfort in your own home, the only option you have is water. You'll see how much water you start to drink. But that's what works for me. But I just like water. You guys do realize that juice and soda, that none of that stuff actually quenches your thirst. You drink that stuff and it tastes good. You get some dopamine and you feel like you're like refreshing yourself. But that's why you're always thirsty. And that's why you keep drinking down the whole gallon. Like, you know, the Minute Maid. That's why every time, you know what I'm saying, you get the Minute Maid, it's done by the end of the day because you're going down the whole shit, but you never actually quench your thirst. Water is the only thing that is actually going to make you feel refreshed. Drink water, bruh.
But it's good for you. If you can, try to limit your amount of microplastics. Microplastics are horrible for the human body, obviously, and we've done a lot of plastic pollution, which is like now catching up to us. Literally has decreased fertility in both men and women, and I believe has contributed to cancer. But yeah, overall, eat clean food, drink water, breathe air, sleep properly, lift weights, and you won't have to look like you're pushing 40 years old while you're literally still in your 20s. Anyway, though, ladies and gentlemen, let me know.
Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. At the end of the day, don't do drugs, eat healthy, go in the gym, and live life. Step outside, man. You're going to be all right. But stop trying to change your body. It is really for my ladies. I think my ladies struggle with this more than guys. But don't be changing all your body and doing all this extra stuff before you even turn goddamn 25. Like, live a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all so worried about getting wrinkles, you creating them. Don't make no sense.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.